Hi everyone, it's me, Moonlight, the fluffy guidance. I am here and I'm going to be doing your reading for you. If this reading resonates with you, please do like the reading, comment down below and do subscribe. We're going to see exactly what's happening, what's coming through and what I can tell you. Okay, so let's begin. It's a safe space where you're always very welcome. And hello, okay, hello. I'm here to do your reading. Let's see. I saw that. I saw the Ace of Swords at the top, and what came out with it is the Five of Swords. Okay. So first and foremost, there is someone here that you've had some kind of conflict or misunderstanding with. This person was very, very defensive. It's almost as though they didn't really try to understand your perspective. It could just be, you might not even think that this is an argument. You might just think like, oh, some words were spoken and they understood me wrong. They didn't understand my perspective. They didn't understand what I necessarily needed. They didn't understand me. I do, however, believe that you have brought up many times your needs and your wants and your desires. And somehow along the way, you've given them lots of chances, opportunities to get things right, and they kind of didn't really take that seriously. I really believe that as time progressed, you got really fed up and very, very frustrated that this person isn't taking your needs and desires into consideration. And whether you had an argument with them, whether they had an argument with you, whether there's just been this misunderstanding of things, one thing is for sure, this person has a lot of defensiveness, a lot of ego. They just are so heavily wrapped up in themselves in that sense that it's a kind of energy here where, they're so obsessed with winning a conflict. There's some kind of wiring in their mind where it's almost as though they're so wired to want to win that they don't understand what they're doing, so they've wanted you in their life. They've wanted you to be present in their life, but they've been so wired to always be correct. This person's never really been told no, and they've always thought that they are correct. Their perspective is correct. They think very objectively. They may even be the kind of person that thinks both sides, but then when it comes to you bringing up anything, even if it's tiny, there's deflection, there's defensiveness. They are very hypersensitive to criticism. And you know what? They may have told you at some point, oh, maybe you are too sensitive. Maybe you are too over the top. That's projection. This person themselves cannot handle even just the slightest thing being wrong. Okay? They just go into straight away defensive mode, trying to gather all of their swords. And why is that person still looking backwards? Because they know deep down they still want that person, but they're so geared towards winning. They forget the greater... They forget what they wanted altogether, right? Altogether, they wanted you. But because they feel like being right is so much more important, they then lose that as well. Ace of Swords. Defensive, ego, energy, and attitude. Very defensive, very deflective, very irresponsible. I want to say the word irresponsible. Five of Cups, it's hurting them, okay? You may think that this person left this argument, left this conversation, left the situation, feeling like they kind of got themselves in the right place, right? They said the right thing, they did the right thing. No, not at all. The Five of Cups shows they are sad, crying over spilt milk. They are not happy with how things ended. They were so... The thing here, right, is that they thought they'd won the conversation, whether they got the last word or they felt like they got their point across, which, by the way, is the Ace of Swords. They thought they got their point across. Five of Cups, now they're realizing what's happening is their ego is coming down, okay? And when someone's ego comes down, what actually ends up happening is they start to realize, I hurt that person. I hurt that person. I didn't listen to that person. I didn't communicate. I was so stuck in my own ways that I didn't even listen to them. I didn't listen to their wants and their desires. I didn't listen to what they needed. I didn't listen to being the better, bigger person. I didn't do any of that. I just cared about my own desires and my own selfish needs and my ego. And listen, they're going to realize that. They're going to realize, because they're going to be crying over spilt milk, which, by the way, they spilt, okay? So please don't blame yourself. I think there's a tendency here where you can ruminate, and you can really, rumination is basically thinking about something over and over again, thinking, what could I have done? What would I have done? What I should have done? There's no point, really, there's no point ruminating, and I tell you why, because honestly, this person was stuck in their own ego. They just wanted to be right. They just wanted to sort of win the situation. They wanted to protect themselves. They are very, very hypersensitive to criticism. I can see that here. It's not that you were criticizing, you were telling them your wants, but then they thought, oh my God, you're telling me your wants, and it was making them feel like they're not enough. So they go into ego mode. That's not your fault. Anyways, Knight of Swords here shows that this person is going to come around with communication, because their ego is going to be nothing, okay? They're going to get so stripped of their own ego that they will have no ego. They will be able to see the hurt that they have caused you, see the pain that they have caused you, and they will feel disgusted with themselves. Because that's what we have with the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Someone that is just so disgusted with how they treated you, how they chose to be around you, the words they spoke, the lack of accountability. They didn't take accountability for their actions. They didn't treat you with love. They didn't treat you with respect. A person like this, when they are stripped of their ego and they have nothing else to look at but the way that they treated you, which, by the way, they will realize, okay, this person comes forward with an apology. I see it here very strongly, okay? I see that they are going to want to apologize. They're going to want to come forward. They will feel so shocked and ashamed for how they treated you, okay? So we're going to just have a look here with the message cards. You do know best. Isn't that validation that you do know best, that you're not the one that's wrong in this situation, you're not the one that was stupid in this situation, you're not the one that was being too much in the situation. You were voicing your concerns, you were voicing your needs, you were voicing your desires, you were voicing everything that you knew at the time in a healthy partnership you have to voice, okay? And this person knows that you do know best, because honestly, they're going to go through a lot of reflection to realize that how they treated you was awful, that they actually are not as mature as sometimes they like to see themselves or think of themselves as. Also, we've got here as well, there's things that you said that made me feel so bad for you. If there were things that you said that you wanted out of the connection, there's things that they were not doing towards you. Perhaps they weren't prioritizing you, giving you time. Perhaps they were being hot and cold. They were not treating you very well. If you brought those things up, they feel so bad for not even listening to your concerns, because now they don't really have your energy very much, right? Now they don't really have you in that vision, because they may have pushed you away so much that all they have now is themselves and all of these thoughts and reflections, and no ego to protect them. Ego is something that protects a person. They don't even have that anymore. They are just shocked and saddened, okay? So they're going to come forward, and they're going to, I feel the Hermit here shows there's an apology in that's going to come, okay? They're really thinking about things right now. It's shining a light on the things that they need to say, the things they need to do, how they need to treat you better, how they need to be more loving, how they need to be more kind, how they need to be more gracious, how they need to be more respectful. Even with the 10 of Wands, okay? This burden of, I can't believe I treated you like this. You did know best. You do know best. You are the best, you know, and feeling so sad that they were not able to treat you properly, and actually apologizing to you for that. Let's see if there's going to be any changed behavior. Okay, we've got the 8 of Cups means that they will do a lot of retreating. They will try to find themselves. They will try to do things like therapy or some self-work. This is a retreating energy. It's really about taking themselves sort of away and having space away from you in order to really understand themselves. And the Lovers here shows that they will want to reconnect and sort of reconcile things, okay? Because they will realize how much they were actually causing the conflict. They themselves were the reason for the conflict happening in this connection. They were the reason why things were going difficult, the reason why things were going haywire, the reason why you couldn't really trust them, right? And that's the Queen of Swords. Here you are standing in your own power. You do not need to go running and chasing after this person. You do not need to go begging and pleading or sending long paragraphs, long messages. You've already done what you could do. You already asked for what you wanted, and it's their stupid problem that they can't do that, and that they can't do that right now. They will realize their mistakes, okay? They will realize how rigid they were, okay, to not want to give anything to you. But look at that. 6 of Swords shows healing. a journey of healing with the Six of Cups coming forward to then want to heal things with you. And that is what we have here. So the affirmation for this reading is they will want to heal things with me. So comment that down below. That's the affirmation if this resonates or if you claim it. Don't forget to check out the description box below for information on personal services, readings, items, rituals, etc. Everything is on my website. There's rituals for love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing, protection, etc. There's also intention items, which are handmade, meditated with, and saged, like bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, candles, sage bundles, and so much more. Everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com and also my Etsy. And also there are readings as well done within 12 to 24 hours. So everything's, linked down below. I also have TikTok and Instagram. I post short readings on there every day. Moonlight.guidance on Instagram, Moonlight Guidance on TikTok. And I hope you have a lovely day. Try to do something nice for yourself. Try to get some good rest. You did everything you could. Okay, you really did. And don't be too hard or harsh on yourself. Please don't, okay? It's not even worth it, trust me. Okay, bye.